Well, our top story tonight, a second safety security incident in the last week occurred at Riverside High School today. Good evening, I'm Scott Levin. Mary Alice is off tonight. Well, a source inside the building tells us that a student needed to be restrained after an outburst. This all happening exactly 1 week after a student was stabbed on campus. 2 News' Andy Payton was at tonight's special board meeting, and he joins us now from the newsroom. Andy, what's the latest?
Scott, that's right. We're told students at Riverside High were placed in a shelter in place for over an hour today, and it comes on the same day that the School Board of Education called for a special meeting regarding student safety. Tonight, the Buffalo Board of Education making an attempt to acknowledge the recent string of violence, calling a special meeting on student safety.
There is one student who's been stabbed in the head. Respond with caution.
It comes exactly 1 week after a stabbing at Riverside High, and just hours after the high school entered a shelter in place for over an hour this morning, after a student punched a hole in the school's front office that can be seen here in this photo provided to us by a teacher.
Our students have to feel safe and secure every day.
Superintendent Tanja Williams saying that is the only way the district achieves its goals this year, telling the board that they will do so by introducing prevention techniques and de-escalation training with an emphasis on restorative practice, a strategy that we pressed her on given the severity of recent incidents. Do you think that's really the best approach when there's situations like stabbings taking place?
I do think that restorative justice works. At the same time, when we have very, serious situations like what happened, at that point in time, we let the process be the process, and restorative justice is something that will come later.
But in her 90-minute presentation, the superintendent not mentioning Riverside High or the 2 incidents that took place once.
What we're doing isn't working, it hasn't worked.
We caught up with Mark Bruno, a social studies teacher at Riverside High last week after the stabbing, and again after today's shelter in place. He says students in his building are now coming to him saying they are scared, and that in the past week he's seen nothing change, despite his efforts in filing grievance reports and even emailing the board directly.
I want the people up here to leave their ivory tower and come into our school, which I've been begging for years, and ask the staff 3 simple questions. What's working, what's not working, what can we do to help you?
After the meeting, we also pressed the superintendent specifically on Riverside and actions being taken. She said she is aware that the school is in need of additional support and that they are in the process of providing that. In the newsroom and on your side, Andy Payton, Channel 2 News.